What's up, y'all? Episode
What's up?
6.
What's up, everybody? Sports Talk with Kim and D. Tonight, final episode of season one. We're working our way to season two. To start off, we just got to thank everybody that followed the subscribe button, everybody that hit the like button, everybody that's watched every episode that's put in their piece cues to it. No answers to questions to everything we talked about. We just we say thank y'all for real. So today,
Yeah,
what we will be discussing is that six-side octagon called UFC. As we know, some of the most bad ass kickers in this country have stepped foot in that octagon. It's way too many names to name, but a few, you know, as you know, my girl Ronda Rousey, baddest woman ever to step foot in the octagon. She can knock any female out, any dude out. You got Shayna Blazer, who's also demonic inside the octagon. I mean, you gotta admit, Brock during his time in the octagon, he was world champ. He was pretty brutal in the octagon. So we just want to shine light on UFC and what UFC has been to the sports industry, like the history of it, like the grand moments of UFC, and just this creation of Dana White in the UFC.
yeah,
So I'm gonna pass it on to homeboy Cam.
yeah. The UFC is something that's been a part of my life for the last last decade or so. That's when I really picked up on it. There's been some great fighters that come through there. Like one of my favorites is John Jones. He does everything. He can get you on the ground. He can get you. He can get you standing up, elbows, knees, don't matter. He can get you. I like Daniel Cormier, Francis Ngannou. You know, love Max Holloway.
Mhm.
I love Volkanovski. He's awesome right now. Can't even talk about UFC without Conor McGregor, Chuck Liddell. Can't even talk to them about UFC without them. You know, Rampage Jackson. That era
Yeah,
when they really was on what Spike TV or whatever. That was the best
yeah,
time because you could see that the world was starting to pay attention to UFC and everything. So
UFC.
it's a great sport. It's mixed martial arts. Like people that like you have to do it. You have to be like really skilled at different things. You know, you can't just be a stand
Yeah,
up guy. You got to learn how to take people down, protect yourself from being taken down. You got to do it. Gotta do it all, man. And it's exciting, man. I just hate when I buy a pay per view and it's like you buy it and you buy it for the top fight or whatever. You see, them get up there, see the prelims or whatever, and the main event is only like 10 seconds. Like, you know, like Conor McGregor knocking out Jose Aldo in 13 seconds. I was like, well, damn. Um, that
yeah,
sucked. you
yeah.
know?
That was the thing. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was the thing with UFC when they used to hype up the fights. You know, they would hype up Conor McGregor versus such stuff, hype up all these Conor McGregor fights, and then you get to the fights, and then it's like two moves, Conor McGregor. Here's your winner, Conor McGregor. You like, dang, I spent big bucks on this Conor McGregor fight, and it's over 15, 30 seconds, and it's already over.
Yeah.
You know,
But I mean that's the exciting part
and
about it though. Like that's the exciting part about it.
true.
Like people can get knocked out real quick. Like you could be winning, and then all of a sudden you just out of there. One of my favorites, unpredictable knockouts was Leon Edwards and Kamaru Usman. They had fought previously and before that fight, and Usman, just wrestled with him. He got him on the ground, and he just made it his fight. I ain't gonna say boring, but he made it his fight. And then, Leon Edwards came back for the second fight, and it was going the same way as the first fight. Kamaru was, mauling him a little bit, and in unpredictable fashion, that last round, um, he came out of nowhere with a kick to Usman's head, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? And he was out.
Just
So,
bang right
you
here.
know what I'm saying? So that's how unpredictable it is, man. Like just to watch it, man. It's really like people out there are really technical. You know what I'm saying? And people that aren't technical, you kind of see them fizzle out. That can't do everything.
Mm.
Because like I said, Ronda Rousey, like we was talking about before we got on here, like she was one of the best ones too. But her downfall was she wasn't a striker. She was a wrestler. She could twist your arm
Mm.
off. But if you stand up and start tagging her with it, she can't do nothing with that.
That was
You
it.
know what I'm saying? Yeah, because Holly Holm caught her slipping. Caught her slipping. You know what I'm saying? She just stood up and was tagging her. But
Yeah.
like I said, Ronda's still a legend. It happens to the best of them. But that's so some of my favorite matches and stuff like that.
Yeah, but once females really got deep into UFC, that's what kind of changed the whole picture of UFC because it's like now you got these female strikers, you got females that got like right hands, just like nasty straight right hands. She can knock you out with a right hand to the fist, or I forgot her name, but it used to be one female UFC fighter where if you was not paying attention, she gave you that right foot straight to the good part of the side of your head. Like all she had to do was bend back, right foot to the side of your head. You was done deal. It was no need to count to 10. You was a done deal. When her right foot hit the side of your head, that was it. That's when I started watching more UFC because I was like, wait a minute, UFC got these women. Now these women out here like kicking ass like for real. Like this kind of
Right.
it's getting kind of up there, I'm like it ain't the thing was it started to hit when the women in the WWE started to kick off. So it's like you got the women in the WWE starting to kick off. Now you got the females at UFC starting to kick off. So it's like right around the same time, you got both generation of wrestlers, of female wrestlers kicking it off right at the same time.
Yeah,
So,
I can see
but
that.
with UFC, yeah, because if you think about it, you know, with UFC, it used to be, oh, they were just the number girls, hey, this is round five. And the WWE, they used to just be the cute little divas on the side of the ring.
Right.
Now you got,
Didn't have no kind of wrestling skills. They were just cute. But
yeah, you got,
now now
now
they
you got, they kicking ass. Like, you don't have no more
yeah.
ring girls. You go to a UFC game, you don't see no more ring girls holding five because I think
Nah,
one of those ring girls, if the story I read was correct, one of the ring girls for a UFC fight actually became a UFC fighter because she said she got tired of being a ring girl and she wanted to be in the ring so bad. She said, so I started training for it. I ran into the right person in the locker room. She became a fighter. She went from the ring girl holding round 5, round 6 to stepping in the ring, kicking ass. Like, I mean, yeah, she wasn't like Ronda, but I mean, she was doing her own thing. And, it's the same with the WWE. A lot of times these females, they get tired of being the little cuties on the side. Eventually they want to get up, show their own skill. And so I feel that UFC opened up a branch for females. When they opened up that branch for females, that like opened up talent because Dana White was able to see that, hey, it's not just manly UFC talent. It's some female UFC talent. Because when Dana White found Ronda Rousey, he knew Ronda was his paycheck right then and there.
Yeah,
Because
she was good. Yeah, she's real
because you
good.
talk about you had people coming from not just across the country, but people coming across the world for Ronda Rousey's. Remember her first official fight?
Nah,
How
man,
like Vegas
her
had
first like 5 or 6, they weren't
like
no contest. Like she was going through people. Like she
I
was
remember
quick.
I remember her first official fight in Vegas. It was so booked out. Vegas had to turn people away. Even from the people that stayed in Vegas, they got turned away because it was that booked out. Every bar was overfilled, every restaurant overfilled, like every club overfilled for this first official fight.
Yeah,
Like every fight, every round of fight was like that. It was just like that, bro. And in UFC, like you said, Conor McGregor. I remember every Conor McGregor fight. Conor Conor McGregor had the hands, bro. Conor would give you like two pieces, one to the left, two shots to the right. He was done deal. Then it's another guy. What is his name? His last name is Velasquez. Cause
you talking about
he fought Bryce.
Cain Velasquez? Yeah,
Yes. Only dude to fight Brock Lesnar and scare the shit out of Brock Lesnar. That's it.
yeah,
But
yeah. Brock tried to wrestle with him. That wasn't gonna work. That he had it all. He had every ounce of he could defend takedowns. He could take Brock down. He could stand up, which standing up really wasn't Brock's thing, but he could do it. But Kane was just better. He was a better puncher, better striker than Brock was. So yeah, that was a crazy night because I thought like Brock was kind of maul him a little bit, especially the way he came out. Like he came out aggressive, and Kane like played into that. He was like, I'm ready for it. Stopped that first takedown, and it was
yeah,
downhill after that. Brock couldn't do nothing. He couldn't defend himself or nothing, man. I
yeah,
was
and
dang, dude did Brock like this. Ooh, I didn't think it was gonna go like that.
yeah. And then Bobby went over there. Bobby didn't have too much of a success over there for real.
Yeah, but Bobby was with Bellator though. He was with a different company.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah,
watched a little bit of a
yeah.
documentary on Bobby Lashley, like how his career kind of went, and he was actually double dipping. He was doing WWE and one of them other wrestling
Kind of
promotions. He
going
was
back and
doing
forth.
both of them. He was doing Bellator and that. So imagine how good he would have
Yeah,
been.
he was
Yeah, imagine
he
how
was
good he
stuck with
would have
one.
been if he was doing both. One or the other. So I actually like Bobby Lashley, man. He was everything. Like I said, I didn't know he was
Yeah,
a service member like myself. You know, he's actually served in the army for a little bit. You know, and that's kind of that's cool because he
it's a,
used the army to kind of start his wrestling career in a sense. You know, mixed martial arts, wrestling, everything. So
it's a few, it's a few of them back there like that. You know, it's a
yeah,
few of them like that in the
Diesel.
UFC.
Remember Diesel in WWE? You know,
Yeah,
he was actually an army serviceman too. I didn't know that. Well, I don't know if he was army or whatever, but he was actually in the service too. So, but yeah. So let me get you on this. Who's the top fighters you like now in UFC? For real, in all mixed martial arts, for real. Who do you like? UFC, mixed martial arts, who do you like?
like I haven't watched UFC in a while, but when you bring up Conor McGregor, that was my guy. I used to like watch his fights.
Yeah, he's still
Um,
excited, man. He can sell out a stadium. It don't matter who he fighting. He can still sell. So that's
um,
cool.
Ronda Rousey, that's before she was WWE. Like when
There's
she
another one.
was,
She can sell too. Yeah.
yeah, but like that's before before she switched over and became the Ronda she is now. Cause I used to love her like matches in UFC and them like right hand punches or the like how she used to like just go around snapping people's arms. I remember I watched one fight on TV. It wasn't even public, wasn't even private, wasn't even pay-per-view. The girl tried to hit her with her right hand, hit her with her right hand. Ronda ducked, grabbed her arm, less than 2 seconds. One, two, snap, snapped the bad boy straight in half.
Yeah, that
She
was a
ducked
quick
the
one.
punch.
Yeah, that was a quick one.
She
Hit her with that
ducked the punch, grabbed her arm, snapped it like a chick pick. I was like, "What is this?" So that's why like the whole story of Ronda going from UFC to WWE. They was like, "Yeah, she gonna have to slow it down. She can't be going around here snapping arms." And this came out. This came out. That story came out after she had already broken three different divas' arms in wrestling matches. That's when they told her that she had to calm it down because she had already broke three people's arms.
yeah,
So
I
they
mean
was like, yeah,
it's a step down when it comes to them arm bars in WWE and UFC. You can't really be doing
yeah,
that because they're not gonna wrestle with you for real.
yeah. There's like, there's like, we like the fact that you decided to switch over here, but you gotta like tone it down a little bit, like the snapping of the arms, and she was just. I mean, you gotta understand it's kind of hard. Like she in UFC, it's give all you got to, one of y'all tap out, get knocked out, can't get up no more. So, and then,
Yeah,
I think what she was saying as far as like going from UFC to the WWE, she was like in the UFC, it was always somebody else always did my promotions for me. Like somebody always promoted my matches. I never had to promote my own matches. So she said that was something that was different. I had to learn mic skills to promote my own matches and stuff like that.
yeah. And
And then,
shoot, she had to learn how to. You can't be rowdy Ronda Rousey and not be no promo person because that's what Roddy Piper did the best. He had the best promos.
yeah,
So you can't even step into that realm unless you have some mic skills. So I mean she's watchable. She's not terrible at WWE. She's not terrible at all. She's actually pretty good. I liked her as a women's champion. She was good. I enjoyed I enjoyed her, you know, so far. She's really good. Now some of my fighters I like right now is I like the style bender, Israel Adesanya. Like he
Hmm.
is awesome, man. Like he can fight anyway, man. He fights you on the ground, fight
Yeah,
you standing up. And I like his. I don't personally like anime, but I like his fighting style. Like he could make a cartoon out of the way he fights. You know what I'm saying? That's just how good he is. You know, and these little I guess you call it two fights, four fights or whatever because they fought in other places.
Mhm.
I like how he fought this guy Alex Pereira. You know, he
Yeah,
lost his belt, then fought him again and got it back. You know, so I was actually pretty good to see that. You know, because he's an exciting fighter. He's really cool.
yeah,
I really like what Francis Ngannou did as far as the business is concerned, you know, stepping away from UFC and joining another promotion because he's thinking bigger picture. You know, he's one of the most exciting fighters in the world, knockout power, both hands.
yeah,
And it was a mega fight on the table, him and John Jones, another fighter I really like. Um, but I'm glad he took the approach to expand
for
what he is, his brand and everything. I'm really glad he did that. And
yeah.
that fight can still happen, you know, and be even bigger because
That's what,
now it's two different brands, you know. So,
yeah,
um,
that's what I like about the relationship that Dana White has with like Triple H and the WWE. Like, sometimes, UFC fighters will go that way. Sometimes it's, WWE superstars go the UFC way. And they see it, they meet like right in the middle. Cause I know you gotta think if it's a deal like this, you got two different promotions, but they like dissimilar. Now you got, this person coming to the WWE, that person coming to the octagon, like they meet. I like how they meet in the middle when it comes to money. Cause like when it came to Ronda, so I remember when it came to Ronda, Dana White was real big on saying no because he was like Ronda was his money maker at the time. It was like when it came to female boxing in the UFC, that was his money maker. So like he didn't want her to go like jump ship because that's his big money maker. Like that would have been like that would have been like John Cena if John Cena tried to go to TNA. Like
yeah,
you really think Vince would have? Right, Vince would have been like, nah, bro, you're not finna jump ship to TNA. Like, no.
but cross promotion is big now. Like,
Yeah, because if you look at it,
it's important,
you look
you
at it,
know.
everybody.
Like it's
I mean, you
important
look at it
because
now, everybody.
you give more power to other brands. You give them like a battery pack almost. Like with
Yeah.
Seth Rollins, I'm not sure if the match happened yet, but how he was going over to NXT or whatever, you know, that's a battery pack.
Uh,
You know what I'm saying? That's a
yeah,
battery pack. Yeah,
I
it's
don't
a
think the
battery
match
pack.
started
You
yet.
know what I'm saying? Then Ronda going to the WWE is a battery pack for them because the women's division it was okay. You know what I'm saying? But it was cool. You know what I'm saying? Brock Lesnar going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
he was a battery pack for both of them because when he left UFC or I say this when he went to MMA to start with it was like, oh, he's just a wrestler. Then he started knocking people out. Then when he left MMA and then came back to WWE, now he's like he's a real dude. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't gonna be in that ring
Right.
and you hit him one different way and he not gonna react. he gonna hit you back, and you gonna feel it. You know what I'm saying? So, he became even bigger than he was when he was in WWE the first time. I think. So I think he needed MMA and
Elite.
UFC. He needed to leave to become the Brock Lesnar that we know today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
like I said, the cross promotion is something that we need. They need it. So I'm really glad that the WWE and UFC kind of join forces, because you could really do a lot with that. It ain't just Ronda Rousey, whatever. You could take a lot of those guys because they already athletes. You know what I'm saying? Some of them actually are really good on the mic. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell, you could take if you take Logan Paul and make him a wrestler, you can definitely take Conor McGregor and make him a wrestler, because his promotion for his own fights is crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely nuts. Like,
Yeah.
everybody goes nuts. If you teach him how to wrestle, guess what you get? You know what I'm saying? You get even more of a battery pack. You know what I'm saying? So
I
I
think
wouldn't be
I think
surprised.
Logan Paul, Logan, if you juiced him up just a little bit more, there is that division in UFC that Logan Paul can fit in, but you just gotta like muscle wise and stamina wise. You
Nah,
just gotta
see,
juice him up a little bit more.
he ain't no real fighter. Bro. He ain't like his brother. His brother Jake. Jake a real fighter. So
Yeah, I heard some of his brothers
Jake could
fight.
do that. Jake could go to MMA and do some things. You know what I'm saying? But Logan is good where he at in WWE. But
Yeah,
Jake could probably do Jake could probably do
I've
uh
heard. Yeah, I heard Jake be doing damage over there.
Man, Jake a real fighter. They need to stop playing with him. Like, he lost to what, Tyson Fury brother or whatever. But that's a different episode. The dude, he's a legit fighter, man. If he get with a real boxing trainer, he'll actually be good, because he legit. He can fight. He can
He got it.
move. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he ain't just fighting, regular people no more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he took some L's or whatever. But I mean, that's boxing. Shoot, even the best lose. You know what I'm saying? So, hell, if you win a championship a
Yeah,
couple times, you actually an all time great in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? If you lose your title, get it back, and then lose it, get it back. Like, if you do that, like, you know what I'm saying? I think you're a good fighter. So, but
yeah.
we go to this last segment. We're gonna do. I want to know your favorite moments in UFC.
Oh, favorite moments in UFC. Ah, sorry, I'm outside.
Yeah, it's all good.
Favorite moment. Favorite moments. It's got to be the match. What I was talking about in the beginning. With the white lady. It was the two white girls that was fighting. And it was the white lady who got that technical knockout, and she just went nuts because she couldn't believe what just happened. Like, old girl just hopped up on her, just like punch, 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 punch. And the referee was like, okay, that's it. And she hopped up and couldn't believe what happened. And so from like that time on, she snapped in the ring. And then somebody was like, she snapped in real life. And like she just went nuts. I couldn't believe what happened because she put too much pressure on herself to win. That she just snapped.
Okay. All
That
right.
that's gotta
Yeah.
be my favorite
I'm
moment.
gonna have to research that and see what you talk about, because
I
that's
said
actually,
I'm gonna have to send you the video.
yeah, because I want to see that. Uh, but one of my favorite moments was obviously the Leon Edwards kick. Um, that was actually one of the wildest things I've ever seen. Like, I thought he was losing
Yes.
that fight. I thought I thought it was over, man. Honestly, I
Uh,
thought dude was just gonna
for
cruise
that
to
kick.
another victory, and he kicked him in the head, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? One of the craziest, one another moment I liked was George St. Pierre losing. Like George St. Pierre, for people who don't understand or don't watch UFC, is probably the best fighter in UFC history. And yes, he lost to a guy named Matt Serra. That was wild because Matt Serra jumped on him and it caught me completely off guard. I did not think dude stood a chance, but that is UFC personified right there because it's unpredictable and anybody can get it any day. You know what I'm saying? So, um, one of
Yeah,
the craziest, one of the big guys, heavyweights. So one of the biggest, obviously, Cain Velasquez fighting Brock Lesnar. That was kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't think
yeah,
I was like Cain Velasquez. He got that, he got everything. But like Brock, yeah, Brock gonna come in there aggressive, and that just kind of nullify all that. No, Cain Velasquez knocked dude out. Okay, um, and
yeah.
then when we talk about like ladies, obviously Holly Holm beating Ronda Rousey is one of the craziest upsets in UFC history. Like nobody saw that coming. I don't think anybody. But
I think that was her. What was her name? You said Holly Hunt. Holly Hunt.
yeah, Holly Holm. Yep. She
You said that's
yeah, she
her. It was her. It was her and another girl that was in the fight. But Holly was the one that knocked the other girl out.
yeah. So I
Okay,
mean,
I gotta look it up.
like I
I
said,
gotta
I
look it
don't
up
know,
though.
but like I said, that was crazy. That was a knockout that I really liked. I tell you, when we're talking knockouts, one of the craziest submissions was John Jones and Loyola Machida. Like Loyola was crazy. He was a light heavyweight champion of the world at one time, and John Jones just choked him out on the cage, man. Like it was crazy because I didn't think he was out. I thought he was, like playing
Yeah,
possum for a minute. But John Jones had that thing tight, man, and he choked him out and then let him go and excuse me, dude just fell on limp, just fell, like fell down. So I was like, yo,
fell on.
this is wild. You know what I'm saying? So
The this is how crazy UFC can get. This sport is beyond crazy. This is why people spend thousands of dollars flying into Vegas to see these fights because these fights these be some straight up like
it's
straight
some
up fights. Yeah, some people spend
there's some
50,
real
60
dudes
dollars
out here, man,
on like
and girls,
yeah,
dude, real girls too.
I mean, so it's a whole lot that goes into a UFC weekend. So that's
Man,
definitely why we wanted
the
this
sport
last episode to
sport
be
is eclipsing.
on
It's eclipsing
UFC.
boxing, dog. If we talking combat sports in America worldwide, man, it's eclipsing boxing by 8,000 moons. You know what I'm saying? Because I think about boxing, there's too many cooks in the kitchen, man. Look, if if
Yeah,
if
too.
Joe want to fight Joe, let Joe and Joe fight. It don't matter who it is.
Yeah,
Why are we gonna get in between them fighting?
still.
Because one is your golden goose and the other is your golden goose, and you don't want to lose your golden goose to a knockout because
Right.
that's just what it is. Like, ain't no reason why
That,
Mayweather and Pacquiao should have took so long. Ain't no reason why Triple G and Canelo should have took so long. And no reason why Earl Spence and Bud Crawford, and we talking boxing, should have took so long. That don't happen in MMA. UFC, they give you the fight that you want to have. That's why I
that you
love Dana
want
White. That's why
when you
I
want
love
it.
him. I love him to death because no matter
That's
what it
that's
is,
because
you have beef with anybody. He said, "Look, the fight gonna happen." You know what I'm saying? Because I remember John Jones lost to this tall guy, white guy named Gustafson. Well, he didn't lose, but he fought him, and everybody was like, you know. we don't really know if he really won that fight. You know what I'm saying? And Dana White was quick running back. You know what I'm saying? And John Jones won convincingly
Rematch.
the second time. So it's he gives people what they want to see. You know what I'm saying? He's
Because
always
he's smart. Dana White is
and
smart. That's why.
Dana White. I'm telling
Because
you,
Dana knows.
I'm telling you, look,
Because
Dana
he
White is a fight promoter disguised as a CEO. I promise you. He is a fight promoter. He's Don King without all the crooked stuff, disguised as a CEO. I promise you, because he gives people what they want to see, and he's always in the mix. Like he's always in the mix, making matches. I love the Ultimate Fighter because it gives new fighters a chance to, hell, Kimbo Slice was a backyard fighter, bro. He's a backyard fighter, and he let him on Ultimate Fighter, and he ultimately was able to, carve out a nice career. So like I said, Dana White, he is awesome. He's one of the best in the business, the fight game, whatever you want to call it. He is that dude. One of my favorites,
the best.
for real,
The
for
best,
real,
man.
for real, man. I wouldn't be surprised if he giving WWE some pointers on giving the fans what they want to see. This is episode 6, man. Uh, episode 6, man.
Yeah.
We appreciate everybody for tuning in. And you
Most
know
definitely.
we we are excited to see what's
Yeah.
next for season 2. You guys got a sneak peek on season 2, but like I said, season 1 has
Yeah.
been fun. We thank all the likes, subscribers,
Oh, yeah.
everything. We appreciated all the attention we've getting. Anything you gotta say, bro,
Yeah.
before we get up out of here?
Um, nothing more than we thank all y'all that come out, subscribe, watch, share the videos. We just trying to make it. It's two brothers, even they end up on sports. We just trying to make it somewhere. We just appreciate the love and support. Like you said, season 2 coming out. Keep your eyes open. We love y'all. We out of here.
Peace.